You pour a glass of wine after a long day, thinking it's a healthy way to unwind. You have that one beer with friends, believing it's harmless fun. For decades, we've been told that a little bit of alcohol, especially red wine, is good for us. But what if I told you that this advice, this cultural cornerstone of relaxation and socializing, is based on a dangerous myth? What if the safe amount of alcohol you've been consuming is systematically damaging your body, disrupting your sleep, and significantly increasing your risk of cancer? The truth is, even that single glass is doing more harm than good. You might feel relaxed in the moment, but you're actually setting yourself up for fragmented sleep, next-day anxiety, and long-term health consequences. The villain here isn't just alcohol. It's the widespread belief that moderation is harmless, or even beneficial. By the end of this video, you will understand the precise biological reasons why organizations like the World Health Organization now state there is no safe level of alcohol consumption. More importantly, I'll give you an actionable protocol to reclaim your health and sleep, starting today. Welcome to the channel where we use science to build a better life. So how did we get this so wrong? How did the healthy glass of wine myth become so deeply ingrained in our culture? It all started with something called the French paradox in the 1980s and 90s. Researchers were stumped. Why did the French, who ate a diet rich in saturated fats, have relatively low rates of heart disease? The spotlight quickly turned to their regular consumption of red wine. A flurry of studies, many of them observational, suggested a link between moderate drinking and better heart health. The media ran with it. Headlines celebrated resveratrol, an antioxidant in red wine, as a miracle compound. The alcohol industry, of course, heavily promoted this narrative. Soon, doctors were cautiously telling patients that a glass of red wine a day might actually be good for their heart. But there was a massive flaw in this research, what we call the sick quitter effect. Many of these studies grouped all non-drinkers together. This category included both lifelong abstainers and people who had quit drinking because they were already sick. So, when you compared moderate drinkers to this non-drinker group, the drinkers looked healthier. But they weren't being compared to truly healthy people. They were being compared to a group that included many unhealthy former drinkers. It created the illusion that alcohol was protective, when in reality, the non-drinking group was skewed towards poor health. This simple statistical error built the foundation for a decades-long public health misconception. To understand why even a small amount of alcohol is harmful, we need to do a little science class. Let's meet the key characters in this story: ethanol, acetaldehyde, and GABA. Ethanol is the pure alcohol you drink. When it enters your body, your liver works hard to break it down. Think of your liver as a meticulous sorting facility. The first thing it does is convert ethanol into a new molecule called acetaldehyde. And this is where the real trouble begins. Acetaldehyde is a toxin. In fact, it's a recognized Group 1 carcinogen, putting it in the same category as asbestos and radiation. It's a nasty molecule that damages your DNA and prevents your cells from repairing themselves. This DNA damage is the direct mechanism through which alcohol causes cancer. Every sip you take creates this carcinogen inside your body. Now let's talk about sleep. You have a drink, you feel drowsy, and you fall asleep faster. Seems good, right? Wrong. Alcohol is a sedative, but sedation is not sleep. True, restorative sleep has a complex architecture, with cycles of deep sleep and REM sleep. Alcohol devastates this architecture. It does this by affecting a neurotransmitter called GABA, which is your brain's main off switch. Alcohol enhances the effect of GABA, which is why it feels relaxing and makes you sleepy. But your brain recognizes this artificial boost and fights back. A few hours into the night, it creates a rebound effect. It reduces GABA and ramps up glutamate, the brain's main on switch, to counteract the sedation. This is why you often wake up in the middle of the night after drinking, your heart racing, feeling anxious and unable to fall back asleep. It completely blocks your crucial REM sleep, which is vital for emotional processing and memory. That groggy, emotionally fragile feeling you have after a night of drinking? That's the feeling of a brain starved of REM sleep. The scientific consensus has shifted dramatically in recent years. The old idea of a J-shaped curve, where light drinkers were healthier than non-drinkers, has been thoroughly debunked. A massive 2023 study published in JAMA, looking at the data of nearly 400,000 people, blew this myth out of the water. When they corrected for the sick-quitter bias and other lifestyle factors, the protective effect of light drinking completely disappeared. What they found instead was a clear, linear relationship. The more you drink, the higher your risk of all-cause mortality. There was no magic protective amount. 0 was the point of lowest risk. This, combined with the undeniable evidence of acetaldehyde as a carcinogen, is what led the World Health Organization to declare in 2023 that when it comes to alcohol consumption, there is no safe amount that does not affect health. The science is now undeniable, so what can you do? It's not about shaming or fear. It's about empowerment. Here is the perfect protocol to reduce or eliminate alcohol and reclaim your health. Don't try to go from your current habit to 0 overnight. Focus on a strategy of mindful reduction. Step 1. For the next week, simply track your drinking without judgment. How many drinks do you have? When and why? Is it boredom, stress, or social pressure? Awareness is the first step. Step 2. Implement a 1-for-1 rule. For every alcoholic drink you have, you must drink a full glass of water. This naturally slows you down and keeps you hydrated. Step 3. Redefine your evening ritual. That 6 p.m. glass of wine isn't about the alcohol. It's about signaling to your brain that the workday is over. Replace the wine with a new ritual. This could be brewing a high-quality herbal tea, making a fancy mocktail with sparkling water and muddled fruit, or going for a 10-minute walk to decompress. You need to replace the habit, not just remove it. For social situations, have a plan. Arrive and immediately order a sparkling water with lime. Having a drink in your hand reduces the social pressure to accept an alcoholic one. The key is to be intentional, not just reliant on willpower, so let's recap. First, we now know there is no safe amount of alcohol. The idea that a little bit is good for you was based on flawed science. The lowest risk is 0 drinks. Second, every time you drink alcohol, your body produces acetaldehyde, a potent carcinogen that directly damages your DNA, increasing your risk for at least 7 types of cancer. Third, alcohol sedates you, but it destroys your natural sleep architecture. It blocks REM sleep and causes you to wake up in the middle of the night, leaving you tired and anxious the next day. Taking control of your biology is the ultimate form of self-care. It's not about perfection. It's about making better, more informed choices one day at a time. Replacing that drink isn't about deprivation. It's about gaining better sleep, more energy, and a healthier future. If this helped you reconsider your relationship with alcohol, subscribe for more science-backed guides to optimize your life. And check out our next video on how to master your morning routine for peak energy. Thanks for watching.